Well, let's just see if you can fix it.
Yeah, let's just see.
You got your duct tape and WD-40?
Yep, bale and twine, I'm good to go.
That's all you need. So when we got here, I'm not blaming anybody, you know, but our slide came off track. So now we're having to fix it because it doesn't open and close right. There's a big gap. Yeah. Definitely hoping this can be a DIY fix and we won't have to pay out the butt to a business professional to come do it.
Easy now. It's going to be DIY, one way or the other, even if I have to hook the Tahoe to it and pull it out.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. And you can blame me if you want to, but it wasn't my fault.
It was your and Eric's fault.
It wasn't my fault.
Yes, we have a routine. There's things I do and things you do, and y'all went off a routine, acting like high school teenagers, playing with stuff that wasn't your job to play with, and then here we are.
You were slow. You were real slow.
No, I'm not slow. I just have a lot of jobs. Way more jobs than you.
You know, pushing the slide button to open it up shouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah, I make it look easy, don't I?
Yeah, good.
What did we learn from this?
We learned to let you do it.
Well, really what we learned is to check like 3 times and make sure the lockout arms are not locked out before we push the slide out.
Well, I didn't. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I unlocked both of them. I know I did. Now, how the other one got locked back, I'm not 100% sure, but I know I unlocked it.
Okay. Alright, alright.
I haven't gotten so old as to not know that.
Well, let's just see if you can fix it.
Yeah, let's just
You got your duct tape and WD-40?
Yep, bale and twine, I'm good to go.
That's all you need. You want me to say what's wrong with it, or you want to say what's wrong with it?
Well, you've already said what's wrong with it.
Those little pokey things are supposed are supposed to be in these holes, but they're supposed to be in the same holes for both sides, and one of the sides of the pokey things jumped track, and now they're in different holes.
That's horrible.
So the pokey things are out of line, right?
That's horrible.
Well, I'm
this
doing
is called a cog. And
slide work for dummies. The pokey things came out of the holes and went back in the wrong holes. So we got to figure out how to line the pokey things back up.
That side over there jumped 2 teeth. This side over here, I need to drop this one down so I can jack that one out, and it won't turn this side to get it lined back up and then put it back up in there. That's where I'm at right now. But these bolts come in from the back, and trying to figure out if I'm gonna be able to get them back in there if I completely loosen them up, so I can pull these bearings back, and this will drop down. Should drop down far enough to get out of the rack. And if it do that, then I can just crank the other side out and then re-engage it. We'll be good to go. I guess I'm just scared. I'm scared I'm gonna get it where I
worst case scenario, you can't get the screws back in, right?
Yeah, that's a horrible case scenario.
But I mean, somebody had to put those screws in.
Yeah, they did. I don't think they had any intention of me sitting out here in an RV park getting them out when they was putting them in there.
Yeah, but surely if they got them in, we can figure out how to get them in.
These plates right here are welded to the frame.
You think you could just slide the bolts in there sideways and then spin them around and put them in there and then tighten the nuts on this side?
Yeah. If my fingers was about 1/8 inch wide, I could do that real easy. Wouldn't be nothing to it. Right now, I got them loose. I mean, they're ready to come out. I got maybe 1 thread holding that in there. I'm kind of playing with it, thinking that if it accidentally just pops off and it falls in, I said, well, I'm committed now, you know. That's where I'm at right now.
And just so y'all know, Frank does his best work when I'm sitting out here aggravating him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She always sidetracks me. I mean, while I'm up here trying to study this, she says, how do we fill that water tank?
Well,
So then I go
let's
in there
just back up to say that our water tank fill is kind of iffy right now. The people that had the RV before us did some weird shit to it.
Stuff.
And as of right now, we can't fill it where it's supposed to be filled. So while I'm sitting here, I'm asking him, how the hell are we going to fill this water tank? Because if we're going to boondock, we got to fill a water tank. Now,
I'll get the water tanks filled. That won't be no problem. I can definitely fill the water tank. There ain't no doubt about that. Not worried about that. Alright. This seems to be under a lot of pressure.
yeah, is this shit going to fall on our head if we pop something out?
Yes, it most certainly will.
See, we're sitting under the slide. So if you unscrew
I'm under this door. That'll save me.
if you unscrew the wrong thing, we're crushed, right? What is holding it in there if you take that loose?
The slide.
Yeah.
You see this right here?
Yeah.
Goes inside of this square here.
Oh, okay.
It's back about that far.
Alright.
So it ain't going anywhere. I hope you don't think that this little gear is holding it up and making it come out.
I don't really know what I think.
You finally said something there. I'm on board with that. I don't understand why this one's got so much pressure on it.
Alright, well I'm going to stop this here
This one I can move.
until you start doing some real stuff, and then I'll pick it back up.
There you go.
Alright, so we just realized we don't even have to mess with that.
Just found out. Didn't realize found out.
We open this other cubby and there is what Frank said is a disengage.
Yeah, it's a lockout for the side of it.
Yeah. But this cubby door doesn't stay open, so, and it's kind of heavy. These cubby doors are not real thin like most cubby doors. These are freaking thick and heavy. Anyways, this looks really rusted. I hope your WD-40 does the magic.
Yeah, I need to spray it on it. Let it be.
And yeah, maybe this will work.
It will.
All up in my face.
Tasty.
Yeah. So like I just said, this cubby door doesn't stay open. And I don't want to sit there and hold it. So I got the bright idea to get a piece of wood, run it along here, and ta-da! It stays open.
You're brilliant.
That's why you love me.
That's just one of the reasons. Guess I have to use my pipe wrench.
Here's the moment of truth.
Yeah.
Is it going to come loose?
Oh, it'll come loose. It's just, is it going to be easy?
Oh.
It's going to move the whole slide out.
Oh. That's spooky.
I'm going to have to pump it with a...
Let me run in here and order some life insurance real quick.
Let me make sure I'm going right. Yeah. That'd be rough if I was going the wrong way.
Don't be coughing your coronas on me.
I got another pipe wrench. That's what I need. One right here. And go. I ain't got no room to get a hammer up in there. Are you ready?
Yes.
My left hand ain't no match for my right.
Are you sure it's meant to come loose?
Honey.
Hey, don't you have some of that stuff? It's got a weird name. You spray it on stuff, nut buster or something like that.
Bolt buster.
Bolt buster.
I had some, but I don't
They should have named it nut buster.
Yeah. I ain't got no nut buster, man.
Anyways,
glad.
we need to spray it down, let it soak, and while it's soaking, we can go to the pool.
I wish I had something to lock that against. Because my left hand is just worthless.
Yeah, everybody don't know, but Frank had a brain aneurysm and only has like 30% usage of his entire left side. So everything is more of a challenge for him. Only having one good hand.
Wah.
Well, I have to say it or people's going to be like, what kind of man is he? Can't even break a damn bolt. Well,
that's okay.
He's damaged goods, but I love him anyways.
Oh, good Lord.
He's my little damaged goods.
Well, good.
Alright, I'm going to get our pool bags ready. You get the nut blaster.
God almighty. Alright, so been trying to get this slide fixed. This slide here is real heavy duty built, and they got these things called trans torque bushings. Let's see if I can show it to you. Right there, and you have to loosen this part, which I finally got loose. It was hard, but this part here turns, backs off, and it's a tapered bushing in here that basically turns these two shafts into one. So I had to loosen this. There's a gear on the other side and a gear on this side. On either side there's a gear, and one drives that side of the slide, and this one drives the other side of the slide. Well, this one here jumped a tooth, so it made our slide uneven. So the only way to straighten them out was to loosen the coupling here, and there's another one just like it over there, and then just crank the slide in where it's not all the way there. Anyway, that's where we're at now. You can see. Oh, all right. Up there is the gear. Right there. Right there's the gear. I have to turn for that side, and there's another one on that side over there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I've got them loose, so now I just need to crank this slide back. Let me set you down somewhere. Let's see here. That's not good. All right. Right there is the part I'm going to be cranking back to get the slide to come back. And there it goes. All right. Now, what I need to do now is go in and make sure it's shut right. Be right back. Okay, I am back, and it is absolutely perfect. Now to tighten these bushings back. One of them, this side here has got 1.25 inches nut, and the other one over here is a lot bigger. It's got 1.5 inches. I don't have anything 1.5 inches. This one can go to 1.5 inches, so I had to use a pipe wrench. I wouldn't use a pipe wrench otherwise. It worked just fine, actually. These things are supposed to be tightened 150 foot-pounds, but there's no way to get a torque wrench on here. So if I pick myself all the way up off the ground. Tightening it, it's going to be a little more than 150. So I just have to snug it down as much as I can. And if it slips, snug it some more. That's all I know. But they're tape bushes, so it ain't gonna take a lot of force to make them tighten up. I know this because I've dealt with them before. It's real tight fit sometimes. And these are crescent wrench, crescent wrench. They're affectionately known as knuckle busters. And you just see why. But if you notice, when I push in, I don't allow my knuckles to be under it, because I've also done that plenty of times. Don't like it. Not good. Not good at all. Okie dokie. I think that'll suffice for now. Now, let's get on this other side. Okie dokie, Smoky. Let's get this tightened back up. Again, I don't recommend a pipe wrench, but it's absolutely all I got. But you can tell by looking at the nut that I'm working on here that it's worked on it. You don't want to scar your nut up like that if you can help it, but no way to help it. Just got to do what you got to do. I think everybody yeah. Okay. That should be that. Now that was a major fix right there. If I'd had to take it to a RV place, we were probably looking several $100. I mean, maybe more than that. I mean, I've looked on YouTube. People's talked about having things such as this done and how much it is, and it's they charge a lot because a lot of people don't want to mess with it. But I recommend, if you're going to do this kind of lifestyle that we do, you need to have some skills at simple stuff. This was actually simple. I had to figure it all out because there's not a lot about it on the internet, but maybe this video helps somebody. But this was the trick right here. There's one on either side, and that's what made all the difference. That bushing right there, because when you loosen this one and loosen them on the other side, the two gears run independently. So if they run independent, that means that that you can turn one and the other, which was going to straighten your slide, And I didn't realize how easy it is to actually crank slide in it. It's not hard at all. I always thought these was really, really tough motors, man, that could pull them, but it was real easy. You just take a wrench and it just cranks right out. So this job is done. It's time for a cold beer. Well, I actually got done a little early for a beer. It's time for a cold glass of tea.